It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hi, everybody. hmm How's everybody doing? We know it. I don't know why to tell me that every time. It's okay. Greetings, everybody. Everybody should be able to see my screen. Let me say hello to everyone inside of YouTube. Y'all just hang on. Hang tight. Hello, all. I did not go and put on Facebook that I would be live. It's quite okay. When I finish, I will place it there. Okay. I see you now. I'm excited the next couple of weeks. Thankful to the people who've been listening, who've been acting, who have been living out their dreams. God bless everybody. Thank you for coming. All glory and praise be to God for all things. We're in our right mind, healthy and whole. Yes, indeed. But I'm excited because my mom and some other people have been listening, getting passports. It's time. Okay. You never know. And it's not always for just, you know, oh, something has to happen. No, it's just something you should do, right? Go see the world. I've been some places that only birds and butterflies have seen what I've seen, right? And I don't take all that with me. Passport ready. I know that's right. Glory and praises due to God. Thank you, Jesus, right? To God be the glory for everybody. Thank you for your time today. Thank you for your attendance. We can go ahead and get started. I am going to pray. Go back to Zoom. And yes, we're talking about Africa today. I will say that on Wednesday we will be talking about. Today is an overview, right? It's for you to know. But then on Wednesday, we're going to go back because I had some add-ons that I wanted to talk about as far as the land, like for people who want decks and certain types of porches and swings and grills and all these, add-ons for those who want to live like in the compound stature that it would be, right? Great. Then um I will also be showing you more real estate and landscape in Africa in specific places, which will be the Gambia, Egypt, Senegal, and yes, y'all know I'm country. It's okay. Okay, that's how I say it. That's just all right. And Ghana. So I'm talking about specifically West Africa. Do we have other parts of Africa coming? Yes, and Belize and some other areas. Focus. We're gonna stick with the West right now. All right. So that'll bless you. So without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and pray. And then we're going to get started. So I hope everybody's excited. I hope everybody's doing well, but let's go. All right. So everybody go ahead and take the minute to meditate and think about it. All right. Heavenly Father, we thank you for vision, wisdom, and the opportunity to be good stewards. We pray for clarity today as we learn about how to build kingdom-minded investments in Africa and anywhere in the world for that fact. Let these opportunities not only bring financial return, but also transformation, impact, and restoration to the lands and the people we serve. Thank you for life, health, and strength for all that we have. I just want to take this time and just say life is short, right? We only here by however long that you determine that we're here. So we want to thank you for all that we have, all that you do continuously, blessing our hands, our hearts, and our bodies, that we are whole and complete. It is so. In Jesus' mighty and matchless name, amen. All right. God bless everybody now. Now we're gonna go ahead and get into it. What are we talking about today? That's right. Remember, I told you Africa. Today is an overview. All right. So today is an overview, a broad, exciting peek into how we can build wealth, create jobs, and impact lives in West Africa. We're gonna talk about the continent as a whole, but today we're just talking about West Africa. If y'all hear some screaming outside, hey, folks a little iffy, okay? Without needing to step foot on the continent unless you choose to. That's what we're going to talk about today. Because I had somebody say, like, oh, I get tired of people trying to force Africa on me. I'm not forcing anything on anybody. If you're here, you want to listen, that's up to you. It's totally free. I'm just telling you about opportunities. Whether you want to partake in that or not, that's totally up to you. Even if you do and you say, hey, I'm not flying all the way over there, you don't have to. You can do it from the comfort of your home. The point is that you would know. Don't ever feel like somebody, if you feel like somebody's forcing something on you, you need to go somewhere else, okay? I'm not selling dreams around here. Everybody's not from Africa. If you, whether you go or not, wonderful, okay? Just keep that in mind. So this is not just about investing. It's about aligning your purpose, your passion, and profits. Purpose, passion, and profits. Okay? With opportunities that are wide open for people just like us. By us, you see this color, okay? But it's for everybody. But I'm speaking specifically um at times in generality to African Americans because they're the last ones to jump on. And hey, when it comes down to investment, this is the time that we're dealing with um a wealth transfer. They want to wait 10, 20, 30 years till they can see it and it's up and going. Well, okay, it's hard for you to invest in Dubai right now, isn't it? Well, you know what I'm saying? And Singapore, but you had to did it in the beginning when they were in the building stages of it. You don't come and jump on and think it's an opportunity after the fact. You'll pay big money then. So it's for you all to think about. All right. So let's just start with this question in mind. That's all I'm asking. Just start with this question in mind. If your money could speak, would it say it's growing or just surviving? If your money could speak, what would it say? Would it say it's growing or just surviving? Think of that. All right. You can look at your bank statements and tell where your money's going. I can tell you that from your credit cards. So when people say they don't have it, they generally do have it. What are you going to sacrifice? Right? Is it time? A lot of people say, "Oh, if I would have knew this 10 years ago, if I had the knowledge." Okay, well now here's the time. Whether it's Africa or anywhere, if you know how to invest and grow your money and it flows like a currency, those of you who've been here since January, thank you. Things should be growing for you right about now, right? And it's all right. Think of that. That's why we cover so many topics. But today, let's go with West Africa. See these nice, beautiful black hands here? Y'all see Mother Africa. That's all I'm saying. All right. So why West Africa? Right? Why now? Why is everybody talking about Africa? Let me tell y'all a secret. Everybody's, it's not even a secret, but some people just try to turn a blind eye to things. This has been going on for so long that you see they putting all the colonizers out the countries. You see what I'm saying? Right? They're welcoming the diaspora back home, back spiritual rights, whatever. Okay, whatever you want to do. I'm not telling anyone or suggesting anyone move to Africa. I said invest, right? You don't have to live somewhere to go to invest, right? Because the worst thing you can do is bring America to Africa. It's totally different. So if you only have an American mindset and that's mentally where you are and that's where you need to stay. Okay? Because guaranteed, if you're not doing that in America, you're not gonna go do it in Africa. All right? All right. Totally different continent. Now that we said that, why West Africa? Why now? Africa is young, heavily populated. So is India. That's another time. Digital, rich in resources, we know. Okay? Because the West, as in the United States and Europe, has been what? Still in resources for how long? All right. So Africa is young, digital, rich in resources, and hungry for solutions. So think about this. This is what I want you all to think about. This is what I'm asking you today to think a little bit. All right. If you can invest $5,000 in a US stock or into a solar powered fish farm in Ghana, which one gives you more control and impact? Let's say that again. You got 5 bands, right? 5K. Would you invest in a US stock or into a solar powered fish farm in Ghana? Right? Which one gives you more control and more impact? All right. So in countries like Ghana, the Gambia, Nigeria, Burkina Faso, anywhere, Senegal, Guinea-Bissau, any of them, right? You can own land, build homes, export crops, and launch apps, all for a fraction of US cost. And I will tell you now, if you're gonna do it, you would want to do it now. Why? Before the US dollar drops. All right, we're gonna start talking about crypto and some of these other things. I'm not here to sell you a dream. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm just here to give you the information. You will do with it what you will and what you feel. All right, because I feel like if a couple years ago people were telling people to buy Amazon stock and Tesla stock before time, a lot of us would have been in a different wealth bracket right about now. No matter what you do, right? You could wake up and the banks in the USA can close. It's always something. Be smart enough not to have your money in just one market and in just one currency. Bad business for anybody. Okay. So here we're just telling you options. We're not giving doomsday theories, nothing crazy. Just some options. All right. So um we're going to talk about crypto, education, housing, and agriculture today. All right. Now, here's the vision so you can see it. And I can help you out just a little bit. Your vision could be different. Africa is not a charity case. It is not. Why would you give a lot of people think just giving money to somebody is going to solve the problem. No, give them a skill, give them a trade, give them a fair chance. Shake a hand and reach somebody else. That's the way it goes, right? So it's a business. Charity is charity. If the Red Cross and all these different people that's been over there, for 30, 40 years, talking about they putting tents up, you don't see a tent nowhere. That's not changing. That's not impactful. They can help for a day or two, baby. It's mudslides and some more going on in certain places. So I'm just telling you, Africa is not a charity case. I'm not here to promote charity. I, I'll go do that. I don't want to talk about it. I'll be about it. All right. It's a business case. We're talking about business wise savvy today. That's what we're talking about. All right. So the vision is empowering Americans to build wealth, impact, and legacy across West Africa through digital and physical assets. Remember, we're going to talk about Africa as a whole, but today we're focusing on the West Coast. Okay. We're talking about West Africa. You get to Rwanda and we can do all them later. Right now, the West is the best. That's what we're talking about. All right. I'm going to show you this video, right? So let me go ahead and show it to you because it's going to be good for your health right here. And this should drive home the point that I've been telling you all about, which is, guess what? African Americans are the last ones to jump, to understand that it's a wealth transfer happening. Not all, but out of 100% of African Americans, 85, 90% are behind and won't jump on anything and then want to be sitting for a handout or asking questions. Please don't do that. All right. So when you see this video, you're going to see who's over there. So if it's so poor and it's so bad, why are they taking out trying to take the resources? They didn't kick them out. Why are these people over there if that's the case? Because if it was so bad and so much, you know, negative connotation that people see, just watch this video and it's going to explain a lot. And you're going to be like, what? That's why I tell people it's good to have your passport. It's good to be up and outside. You know what I'm saying? Watch. Y'all see that? You see who over there, don't you? You know, maybe there's some good people. I don't know. Maybe there's some rich people. Maybe there's some colonizers. I don't know what's happening, but this is in the Gambia, right? This is in South Africa that they're always talking about. You see, they didn't got over there and can't go home. They coming to the U.S. If they're over there, all right, the Chinese over there, you know what I'm talking about? Our Mexican cousins over there, the Lebanese are over there. Everybody's over there, but the African American. I'm gonna need y'all to wake up. I didn't tell you to go. I didn't tell you to go move. You could go visit if you felt like it. I'm gonna show you some ways today. You can do it from your house and make money that way. Yes, even if you have a business in the U.S. or Belize, Brazil, I don't care what's happening. All right, Costa Rica, it could happen. Just pay attention. But you've seen who was on that beach, okay? Called to the Cajun. That's who was over there. So I'm telling you what's happening. I ain't got no problem with Caucasian people. But if Caucasian people are somewhere, it's no way it's bad. Okay? Nobody's getting robbed and all these crimes and stuff because wherever they're at, They must know something. The Chinese are there learning the language. They must know something. The Lebanese are there. They have stores and restaurants everywhere. The Koreans are there. Okay. The Asian cousins are over there. And we need y'all to get over there. Because later on, when people say, oh, hey, I've been saying this for too long. Get in while the market's low. And then when it drives high, that's when you'll make your money. Now, I'm going to show you Ghana, right? This is where I got some land at, but I want to show y'all this because if you watch the news, you're gonna think everybody walking around with swole bellies and emaciated looking. That's not the case. That's what they tell you to keep you over here. That's why you need to travel and see it for yourself. But if not, as I journey back and forth over there, you'll see it. But watch this in Ghana. You understand? Like outside of a cry, an hour outside of there. Pram pram. Watch. Right? And we'll talk about East Africa another time, Kenya and everybody else. But if you watch TV and listen to people, they'll have you out there thinking that lions, tigers, and bears on my are coming to come get you. Right? So remember, I said, look at this. Why invest in Africa now? Population, right? 2030. Oh, baby, they will control everything. All right. It's cool that America's on a decline because who runs the country? All right. All right. Right. I'm not telling nobody to run and panic. You shouldn't. Learn how to invest. Have your money in more than one market and one currency. You don't have to go live there. Okay. You can invest in Switzerland. That don't mean you got to go over there and freeze and go live with them. Just be smart enough to have that there. Okay. And the fastest markets over there are in Nigeria, um, Ghana, Senegal, Rwanda, Tanzania, and these markets. And they love African Americans. They speak English. This is going to help you. All right. Some places you might need to know some French, in certain countries or some Spanish or something. I don't know. These places that I'm telling you about, heavily in English, 80, 90%, you're not going to have a problem. Okay. You can go do business with them without an issue. All right. So what sectors will we cover today? Remember, I told you. Um, we're going to talk about cryptocurrency. We're not talking about blockchain today. Education and digital learning, right? So you don't have to leave your house. Affordable housing, agriculture and agriculture technology, agritech, and business setups and second citizenships. Today's an overview. We will break this down later, but it's for you to know. All right, so let's get into some business and personal examples because that's always important, right? So let me show you two scenarios that can help you today. All right, so here's the business example first, right? Say a group of 8 people from the US, um, each put in 10K, right? It'll be different from what's on the screen because I always come up with different examples. But anyway, so 8 people from the US partner with each other, and each one of them puts in $10,000. That's a total of 80K. And they did that to buy a house in Ghana, right? That's right. You can buy houses for this price. That's what I'm saying. That house becomes a rental home for traveling nurses, or it becomes an Airbnb for people who are going to stay there, or maybe a guest house for missionary trips, or it could be a home base for a nonprofit, right? A NGO or LLC, whatever you got going on. All right. And they earn monthly income, they pay local workers, and the house gains value. So not only are they getting their money back because each month they're renting the house, they pay local workers, so they're helping with the economy. And because they bought a house there or built a house there, they're able to eventually get what? A citizenship, or a residency, right? You do that first. However, these things are very beneficial. So if you have that many people on the LLC, that's great because guess what? Everybody can get business visas. You have to be able to think people. Okay. You can put cameras in there. Everybody speaks good English over there. The infrastructure is better in Ghana. Um, it's very beautiful there. It's already a lot of American companies over there. Tech wise, I'll be there teaching people cybersecurity and some other things. It's a beautiful evolution, right? And they speak English. You're not gonna have a problem with that. So we're gonna see. All right. I'm gonna go over there to check the food. They got regular stuff like we got, and then they got it is a different continent, right? So with the spices and different stuff, I'm going to be a gateway for sure. I'm not telling anybody to move over there. That doesn't stop you from investing. So that's one scenario, right? Now, let's go with a personal example because that was a business. Let's go with a personal example. So let's say somebody who's retired decides to invest um, $5,000 in a fish farm, right? In Ghana. You just want to put $5,000 into it, right? You don't want to farm, you don't want to fish, and you partner with a local who does, right? And in 9 months, you receive profit from the harvest. In the meantime, five families have jobs, and this investment is stored. You can get paid in crypto, or you can get paid to your bank, right? Remember, we talked about Wise and different places that you can use Revolt. You can go back and watch the videos and you can see it, or I'll go back over it next week. Um, Different ways that you can stay ready for investment and payment, right? So remember, I told you, what would you do if you had 5K? Would you invest in a US stock or would you invest it into like a fish farm? That depends on you. That depends on the impact you want to have and what you want to do, right? Totally up to you. So, how do you know that it's safe? I only tell you the companies that are US based that created these apps that went over there. Plus, I have my own coming. I'll tell you about that shortly. Um, that you know you're going to get your money. Nobody's running off. You don't know where. Yes, all this happens. You can see the inventory, you can see the moving, you can see the pictures, and you can see the contracts of who they have with local businesses, right? So you don't have to worry about getting gypped out of money. Some countries you do, Ghana's not one of them. All right. That's why I said we're focusing on the West right now. Each country and each side does something totally different. Stick with me. All right. So again, I'm gonna ask you, what could 10K do for you in the US today? All right. Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot, depends on what you want to do. Now imagine what it could build and do for you in Africa. It will multiply. But you got to get in while you got to get in, right? Because once they keep rising and keep going up and keep things gonna change. Money might be low now, but it's gonna go up, right? I'm not telling nobody to run from American, baby. I'm American, right? American Negro. However, if you don't realize that America is at its mercy and America is falling, you would be crazy. All right, that's all I'm telling you. I'm not telling you run out of here like your hair on fire. You got to get out of here. No, it's not that dire. You just need to have your money in more than one market, is what I'm saying. All right, let's keep pushing. I'm just going to mention some of these different types of specific cryptos to Africa. We will be talking about this here on this channel for US based as well, right? Because we're US citizens, right? And anybody else watching from Africa, much love and respect to y'all. All right. Africa is moving faster than most people realize. It really is. Right? In Nigeria, over 35% of adults are under 35, right? And they use crypto for savings or transactions. I don't know if you all know this, but even in the States, some places take crypto and they're starting to take XRP, right? I'll start going to different places and showing you this. I'm not saying this right here in Tennessee, but as far as Washington and California and stuff like that, it's heavy. You can see Bitcoin, um, it look like ATMs and all these type of stuff. Like you're gonna have to get into it. Mark of the beast is here. Okay. I'm not here to sell anything to anybody, but I'll tell you the truth. So I'm just listing them here so you can go back and see them. You can do your own research, whatever you want to do, right? For your own due diligence. Cello for mobile payments, um, Zen Finance, stable coins. I will do a breakdown once we start going over crypto, what stable coins are, what crypto is, what the blockchain is, because I'm going to be teaching classes on this. So I don't mind to teach you, right? And tell you. Yellow Card and Bundle Africa is for local peer-to-peer crypto exchanges, right? So we'll get into this later. Today is for you to actually just look at this. You can go see what it is, but we'll do a further breakdown. And these are specific to Africa. The ones that we're going to go through are specific to America, right? Because we're American citizens, you need to know. All right. So as an American, can you buy crypto from Africa? You can. Well, how would you do it? I'll give you an overview today. Right? You can buy crypto on Coinbase, Kraken, Uphold. It's a lot of different places you can buy crypto, right? So I listed them here, and then I know you're thinking, well, how will we get it to the African wallets, right? Like for me, the USDT or USDC, right? Or XRP. We'll go through these so you understand what they are, but it's basically like having a fiat dollar, right? Paper dollar, and then you go to a digital dollar. That's what the USDC is, right? So we'll go through that. United States dollar, crypto, okay? So um you would just buy that, right? And then you would send it to the African platform, either yellow card or bundle, and convert it over. However many XRP you have to their whatever coin you're buying, however many USDC to whatever coin you're buying. And that's how much you're owning it. It's cheaper. But anyway, this is just the overview so you could have a mental picture in your mind of what it looks like. It's not for you to go crazy with. I would do step by step, breakdown by breakdown. Today's the overview, okay? Because we don't have all day and night. All right. Um, so think of it like this. What if your business profit was stored in USDT instead of a US bank account? Because that's basically what it is. Instead of bank taking all your money and you going to take out fiat money and this paper money, you can earn money and move it faster without banks. That's why certain crypto is better, but we'll talk about that later. Today's just the overview, right? So all this, I gotta go to the bank and get my money. Oh no, you don't. You know how you all go to places now, vending machines, laundromats, it don't matter. You can tap your phones to pay for it or Google Pay, Apple Pay. It's a pay for everything, right? Pay, Pioneer, everything, right? And you can pay, Cash App and stuff like that. Digital gonna be the same way with crypto. Put it up there. Some places are already accepting it. I don't own Bitcoin. That wasn't for me. All right. So think of that. Now let's talk about educational investments. Education is one of the impact, high impact, low cost investments you can make. So if you want a high impact with a low cost, education could be where you could make your entrance. Okay. All right. So we've seen people sponsor tablets and data for kids in remote villages, fund offline STEM courses via solar tablets. Yes, they have them. If you haven't seen them, you'll see them soon. Launch digital schools using Google Classroom and WhatsApp. That's right. Um, for example, one program in Burkina Faso only needed $3,000 to enroll 50 kids. Only in America is everything this high, okay? And maybe Europe, all right? But everywhere else, life is not this expensive, all right? And I don't know what's going on in Switzerland, but I ain't over there, so it don't matter. I'm just telling you. Only in America are the prices jacked up this high because most people do what? 95%, 95% of the people in America consume. They don't produce anything. All right. If you know me, if you know God, if you know yourself, you're here to create. All right. That's being productive. Whether that's jobs, whether that's when people are so confused, let me give it to you spiritually for a second. Why did the wicked have so much? Because they're able to think. They're out here creating something. They see a problem, they gonna find a solution. You will always be rewarded for what solution you solve. What problem are you solve? What solution did you come up with? You'll be rewarded for that. If you're consuming, don't worry about being rewarded. Your money will leave you. Okay, so I just want to put that out there because you need to be smarter than that. So digitally, you don't have to leave your house if you want to have an online school, or you don't have to have a school if you want to do an online course. If you work with a nonprofit, I'll be talking about that Wednesday. Big nonprofit coming. All right, Kingdom Rooted Community websites, everything gonna be up. I'm gonna walk you through it. You're gonna be able to see it. It's gonna be a beautiful evolution. All right, you can sponsor students. Whatever it is, you can do it. You don't have to leave your house. You don't have to physically go step in Africa. All right, let's talk about affordable housing. right? Remember, I gave you one example of this. I'll do it again. Housing investment, right? The real example I gave you. With $80,000 in Ghana or the Gambia, you could build a gated 5-bedroom home with solar, water tanks, and a garden space. That's crazy. And they don't sell by the acres, they sell by hectares. So, oh, it's wonderful. When I go over there and y'all see me walking my land in the Gambia and Ghana and see the houses and stuff, you're gonna say, oh wow, that's amazing. You could never do that in America. Mm-mm. Not unless you know yourself how to build a house, and then maybe you could. All right. Um, and I told you the different ways that you could use it, right? Short-term rental, a clinic, school staff housing, it wouldn't matter, right? And then if you know people like I know people and you're doing tours and stuff and people need somewhere to stay, well, it's easier to stay in the house than it is a hotel and not pay all their money. We have the catering and everything. Like it's a beautiful thing. So I'm just telling you. And that's even on the higher end for a house. That's wonderful. When you all see these pictures and stuff of these houses I'm gonna show you on Wednesday, you'll be so shocked. Now y'all seen who over there. All right now. Don't get left behind. Don't say I didn't tell you. All right. So you don't even have to go there. You don't have to go there. You don't physically have to get up out of your bed, out of your house, and go get on a plane and go. Um, we use WhatsApp, Zoom, and video tracking to monitor projects. It's US based companies over there. If you know somebody who's in the construction, especially in the Gambia, they wouldn't be a millionaire overnight. No problem. I'm not here to tell people do stuff for money, because I don't serve money, but an abundance is there if you have the gift. That's all I can tell you. All right. So what if you own land in Africa and never left your city? This happen all the time, but you need to be plugged in with the right people. That's all I'm saying. All right. So let's talk about agriculture. And it's saying it's on a blockchain because of crypto. However, we'll talk about that more later, right? Africa feeds the world, but many of its farmers lack tools. So what can you do? So you have apps like Hello Tractor, Tula, and Ag Unity. So Hello Tractor is like Uber, but for tractors. It's like a Uber for tractors. So when you need to rent tractors or need somebody to come do work with tractors, what you can call them, right? Um, Tula is digital co-ops. So you can invest in different places, in different co-ops, all right? So it makes it easy to fund a farm, track results, and you can actually sell crops globally, all right? Because a lot of times in Africa, they are trading with people in India, Jamaica, Belize, Honduras, it wouldn't matter, everywhere, right? So you don't have to physically do it, but there are different apps. I just named a few here, listed a few here that you can see, but that's totally up to you. All right, so you can invest $5,000 into land and tools for maybe you want to do shea butter production. And it doesn't have to be 5K, y'all. I'm just giving out numbers, right? So say you put 5K into land or tools, you want to do shea butter production. Maybe you want to do fish farming. Maybe you want to do cassava or moringa. Um, right? So it's up to you, but these aren't charities. All right, they're export ready micro businesses. So if you have a business here and say you're a store owner and you need cassava or something, or you need grape seed oil or palm oil or olive oil. Y'all need oil for everything. Thanksgiving coming. Peanut butter oil, something, right? You can get it from over there. You want shea butter for your skin. Maybe you know how to make shea butter soap and whipping cream or something. I don't know. Use it. Maybe you want to put money in on corn and this, that, and the other. A lot of their stuff is seasonal. And much as they sell, you get a cut of it. You make your money back and then some. All right, up to you. The return on interest is 15 to 25% per season. Sound good to me. And it's only going to get better and faster because now they're merging with other farmers. More people are getting more tech savvy because they have the right people there now to help them. All right. And I'm gonna be real with you, it's been the Caucasians, but they got people building these apps and helping them out. You see what I'm saying? And then there's so many people coming there from China, Lebanon, Korea, Mexico, few Americans, not enough. Whatever it is, they coming from all over the world. Okay? India, they heavy there. very heavy, right? One time for my Indian cousin. I'm just letting you know this is what's happening. All right. So don't you be left out and say nobody told you, because clearly I'm telling you. All right. So how can you move resources digitally? Well, here's how people are investing without leaving the US. They start a LLC or nonprofit. Over there, it's NGOs. Um, if you want to do it inside their country, they partner with locals using WhatsApp or Telegram. I use WhatsApp in every country I go to, right? Korea, Japan, China, Taiwan, all the places I've been. WhatsApp, Dubai, they needed it, right? Qatar, you don't want to be using your regular phone. You use it on the Wi-Fi, okay? Getting them charges now, but or get Google Fi like I got. Now let's keep pushing. You can track your return on interest each week through updates. You can pay using crypto digitally or through wire transfers. Wire transfers might take a little bit longer. Digital right then and there. Okay. And they can't steal it. That's another time. All right. So you could manage your projects through Trello, Google Drive, or through Notion. Totally up to you. Right. Stay in your lane, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever you want to do. They grow on the ground, you both win. Right. So if you know you're not a farmer, but you want to invest and get money back that way, do it. If you want to go build a house and spend 3 months each year out of America, worry about it, then do that. Right? Totally up to you. I'm just telling you, you don't have to leave the country to do it. Okay. Now, what's on me? Okay. Um, citizenship benefits. Let's talk about it. Now, um, some people want a second citizenship. There are different types of tests out here. I'm not here to sell you on nothing. I'm not the spokesperson for it, but the African ancestry, if you want to do it, do it. All right. There are a lot of countries right now, especially in West Africa, but other countries are now opening up to it that um, will let you have a citizenship if you can prove that somebody in your family that you're from there in some type of way, some type of descendant, right? They're very welcoming to the diaspora. A lot of them don't care if you're a descendant over there or not. If you want to come build a house and invest in a certain amount of money, it don't matter if it's you or if it's 10 people, they'll let you all come. You paid that type of money. Let's do it. Okay. Now I told you my Mexican cousins is on top of this. You could be on top of it too. All right. So some countries like Ghana and the Gambia allow diaspora investment, right? That leads to permanent residency, land ownership, tax exemptions, visa free travel across 16 countries, right? So West Africa, I told you the West is the best. They started it now. You know what I mean? I'm gonna tell y'all to be careful and not worry about much love to all of Burkina Faso. One time for Ibrahim Traore, beautiful man. You hear me? Stand up with the spirit of Thomas Sankara. However, it is very volatile. You know, I was boots on ground over there for 2 years, and then it's like wherever God sends you and lends you, and you're dealing with nonprofits and NGOs and things like that over there. One time for the Bow Foundation. However, uh, I don't know what you want to call them, insurgents or something, jihadists, whatever. It's hot over there right now, right? And I'm an American citizen with a military background, so I'm not gonna be somewhere and they get to hollering trees and something crazy happen, right? So there's nothing wrong with Burkina. Much love to Ibrahim Traore. Certain places you better be aware. Okay, so I'll tell you that. But Ghana and Gambia and Egypt and all these places that that I've been that's beautiful. Hey, it's okay. I only go places I know is safe, but uh, I hate to tell you, pretty much everywhere more safer than the U.S. right now. Don't say I didn't tell you, okay? So would it wouldn't it make sense to own land where you do business? All right, maybe, maybe not, and build a passport portfolio for your family. Well, if I'm doing business over there and I'm handing it down to the family, everybody need passports. You need to come on here and jump on board. The land in America will not be that cheap, so I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Where there's already infrastructure and they speak English and I'm not having any problems, yeah, I think I'll do that. That don't mean you'll do that. That's for you to think about. Okay. Now, let's Give you some investment scenarios to think about, right? For housing, say it's housing costs 10K plus. All right. Return on interest timeline is 18 to 24 months. That depends on how much you're charging, how big it is. But if you're charging 900 to $1,000 a month, you'll get your money back and then some, especially after that, because it's going to be paid. Okay. Education, we would say 3 to 10K. In 12 months, you'll have everything back and then some, right? You can sponsor a child, you can run a digital school, you can prepare courses, you can go speak, whatever you feel like doing, right? Maybe you're part of a nonprofit, whatever you all are doing, whatever initiative, okay? Crypto, 500 to 5K. You get your money back, return on interest within 6 to 12 months, right? With savings and trading income. Agriculture, it could be 1,000, it could be 5,000, it doesn't matter. You get that back in 6 to 9 months or sooner, right? By exporting crops or livestock or just investing and letting them do all the trading. You're just getting the money back from putting money into it. Totally up to you. Okay. Now, um, like I told you, no travel is needed, right? You can own land and never touch down over there. You could have somebody going back and forth for you, or you can just invest with somebody else or into something else, right? And you don't have to leave your house. You could do crypto and wire payments. You can even do other jobs. You don't have to physically go anywhere, right? You can have digital teams, digital contracts, digital management. Totally up to you. I'm just hands on. If I'm paying for it and I'm doing it, I'm going to go see it, right? You might got a partner, whoever you're partnering with, they may go over there and do it. All right. So now we're going to talk and shift. I know this is not West Africa, it's Egypt. All right. So the cradle of civilization. All right. Let me hurry up here. And we only got too many slides left, y'all, like 3 or 4, I think. So Egypt is booming. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about Dubai. Egypt is booming. Do you hear me? I'm going to show you a video. You're going to see it. And Wednesday, when you start seeing the housing and things like that, and I got over there, and you telling me that a whole um year of rent is under $1,300, I think people will be over there. It's so beautiful. The mall has malls of malls inside of it. It's just like Dubai. I ain't gonna tell you it ain't hot, it's hot, but inside the buildings you're cold, okay? Because the AC is working. I don't want to hear people, when they tell me, oh, you shouldn't say nothing about Egypt, it's hot. Have you been to Texas? It's hot. Okay. Have you been to the South? Baby, it's hot. Have you been to Vegas? I don't care where you're going. We're not going, don't worry about the weather. Bring a fan. You'll live. All right. So Egypt is booming in desert farming. So it's Saudi Arabia, real estate, tourism, and logistics. Right. I'm partnering right now with some young tech programs. Very beautiful. I'm saying me, but I'm talking about my nonprofit. It's not mine, but the nonprofit. You understand what I'm saying? So business costs are low and partnerships can open Middle East and African markets. It's right there. So when everybody was like, oh, TikTok, oh, we can't get nothing from Alibaba, we can't get nothing because all this stuff going on with Trump and China. Well, then there's the middle person. Okay, you can get it. You have to be able to think. Don't say I didn't tell you. Now I'm going to show you some of this about Egypt. I think you'll like it. Okay, ready? Beautiful, isn't it? Let me show you somewhere else. All right. And that's Egypt. So a lot of people think just pyramids and just sand and nothing. Oh no. They've invested, including Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Qatar, trillions of dollars over here. And it's so easy for everybody to come there now because they need more people to come there, right? And this is in the new Cairo. We're not talking about old ancient Cairo. I don't know how many millions of people over there. We're talking about the new administrative capital. We're talking about Medinity, Hurghada, and different places, right? Beautiful. And it's going to be built up bigger and better than Dubai. If you want to get in, you'll get in. If you don't, then you won't. All right, here's the nonprofit angle. All right. Don't just build profit, build impact. Profit isn't everything, right? Don't lose your soul, right? So if you have a US nonprofit, because remember, overseas it's called NGOs, but in the States it's called nonprofit. You can apply for grants, you can accept donations, you can fund education, food, and shelter. You can create generational change while staying tax exempt. We'll start talking about nonprofits next week, okay? So, for an example, Kingdom Rooted Community, which we'll be discussing Wednesday, uses its nonprofit and to fund rural internet, buy school laptops, and send aid all through trusted on ground teams. We have people that have moved there from Washington, D.C. We have Americans that are there that will pick you up and take you to where you got to go. We're connected with warehouses and better, right? That fund J.C. Penney's, Tommy Hilfiger, Jockey, Victoria's Secrets, all these people. Yes, be here Wednesday. Okay. So next topics that we're going to talk about Wednesday is housing from land to roof, how you can do it in agriculture. We're talking about infrastructure, roads, solar, and tech hubs. Egypt, I'm going to show you actual houses inside the building processes. Just small videos, short clips um, of real estate, farming, the apps, right? And then after that, the week after that, we're going to talk about um, nonprofits, funding, grants, and impacts and things like that. Okay. So just for you all to know, I just want to close with this few questions like what's stopping you from investing in Africa? If you don't want to go to Africa, you don't want to know nothing about it and don't want to do with it, this is not for you. Could you could your tithe or saving be repositioned to build legacy instead of just bills? I'm not telling nobody to take their tithe and just put it into Africa and forget about God. Negative. You can sow a seed however you want to do. Okay. And if you don't want to do Africa, maybe you want to do Belize. Maybe you want to do Costa Rica. Maybe you want to do Honduras. I don't know. And maybe you don't want to do nothing. Maybe you want to do just the stuff in America, and that's great too, right? Who are three people that you will partner with to build this together? Start thinking about that. Because if you got the wrong people around you, I'm gonna need you to get the right people around you. All right. If they broke, busted, and disgusted, they don't need to be with you. And I don't mean just financially, I mean broken mentally, right? If they don't want to invest, fund their futures, break generational curses, if it's not in alignment with what you want to do, I'm gonna need you to find more friends. If you're the smartest one in the group, I'm gonna need you to find more friends. Okay? All these things I just want you to think about. I'm not putting anybody down. You do whatever you feel. I'm not here to beg, borrow, or steal. I don't need anything. All right. I'm just giving you the information because it's on my heart to do so. Right. So you can choose your sector, whether it's crypto, housing, agriculture, or education, whatever it could be. You can decide your business path, whether personal or nonprofit uh, or business or hybrid, whatever you want to do. All right. You can start with what you have. You don't have to have no 5,000. You could have 100 and you could have $20 and make it work over there. Trust me, especially right now for the dollar fall. Um, so pray, plan, partner, prosper. Told you all collaboration was is the answer for a lot of things. So before we go over time, let me go to YouTube to see if we have anything. I'm gonna look on here to see if we have any questions. Oh yeah, beautiful. It was nice, wasn't it? Let me type see if anybody got any questions. And if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm looking here on Zoom too. Any questions? But Wednesday, yes, we'll be talking more. When I show you these houses and add-ons and things that we're gonna have on the land in Georgia and Alabama and in South Carolina, I think you all will like that better. When I show you the actual physical locations uh, that are being built, and two of them already, within Egypt, the Gambia and Ghana, I do believe you would understand it more. But I don't want to just, you know what I'm saying, take you all's time up today. I do want to thank you for your time. God be the glory for all things. God is light, God is love. I'm just gonna stay here for another minute or so. And much love. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. If y'all got any questions, just please let me know. All right. It's a beautiful situation. Passport ready. I know that's right. We're gonna get in and get there how we get there. All right. I don't see no questions on YouTube. I thank you all for your time. I hope you have a blessed day. I'll see you here back on Wednesday. All right. Glory be to God for all of you. Thank you kindly. I don't see anything on Zoom. Okay. Remember, much love to everybody. Um, Healthy and whole, mentally and physically, receive it in the spiritual, and then in the natural. If you're not ready now, go ahead and change whatever you need to change and position yourself. Let's get ready. All right. So nothing will stop us unless the rapture come, and even then after when we come back. Y'all know what time it is, and we will be ready. Thank you. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. I appreciate you.